So I'm just heading into The Naked Gun, and 2025, by the way. Will it be any good? Well, it kind of has to be, because we've just had Happy Gilmore 2. There aren't that many of these comedies around anymore. Like, you think of the old ones like Aeroplane, Spaceballs. We're getting Spaceballs 2. This has got to land. So my expectations are that it will be funny, it will stick to its roots, but hopefully Liam Neeson, Pamela Anderson and cast will do it justice with something slightly new. They need to sort of rough around the edges with it. It can't be exactly the same, but it's got to be in sort of a similar fashion. So we shall see, but here's hoping. Okay, so I am smiling, as you can see. What would I say? Was it actually worth going? To me, yes. To me, it really was. It was funny. It was a fun experience. And it did stick. I mean, 100%, no matter, comedy is subjective, but no matter what you think, this stuck to the principles of the originals. There were loads of Naked Gun jokes, but at the same time, it kind of updated it to be slightly new. But as I said, not like in your face, like, oh, now we're in 2025, not the 80s or the 90s. It wasn't like, oh, here's a phone, blah. No, it did the job. And Liam Neeson, oh my God, he did it perfectly. I mean, he was just serious throughout the whole thing. It was like the deadpan thing just worked perfectly. And it gave him a difference between him and Leslie Nielsen, because that was kind of needed. I mean, he's his son in this movie, but it was kind of needed that he had to be a bit different and play into what's strong for him. And he just does. Pamela Anderson was great as well. So I think the cast, they got it right, but Liam Neeson was the main bit of this that made it work. It could not have worked without Liam Neeson. Not putting down the rest of the cast, because they did a good job. Everybody played their role. And when it comes to the jokes, this is the important bit. They're throwing jokes at you like all the time. Now, that could have been bad, but it was fine in this instance, because A, The Naked Gun is a silly film anyway, or a silly series, and B, there's no bad jokes. There are plenty that you won't laugh at, I think. There are plenty where I just sort of glossed over it. And then there were ones where I was just really, really, really laughing. And I like the coffee joke. But you won't find any of them cringe. And by the time you've had a sort of joke, you get a funny one. So that's fine. But comedy is subjective. So it really does depend on what you enjoy. But this is not a bad film. Like, if you don't like this film, I would say that it's just not for you. Absolutely fine. But then these comedy films always were like that. They never did the box office that other films did, which is why they stopped making them in the first place. But that's partially because they just had a smaller audience. And you don't need to watch any of the Naked Guns to get it. You can watch this in isolation and still enjoy it. But I'd probably recommend that before you invest your time in this, you do actually go back and watch a Naked Gun film or two, just because A, if you don't like it, you'll find out really quickly and you won't waste your time, and B, why not? If you like this kind of thing, you're going to like the other ones. And you've probably seen plenty of jokes because they're so internet friendly. Before I even watched a Naked Gun film, I had seen so much on the internet of so many different jokes that some things just transcend. So my recommendation, probably go and watch the originals first if you haven't watched this, not because you need it to understand, but just don't waste your time otherwise. But you probably would enjoy it. Some people, it just won't be your thing. That doesn't make it a bad film. It just, in this case, means it's not for you. It's silly. It does what it says on the tin. I certainly had a good time.